You have had the idea, maybe more than once. The business, the book, the plan that kept you up at night because it felt so real and so possible. And then life happened, or fear happened, or you just never quite got started. And before long, the idea quietly faded into the background, like every other idea you never acted on. Here is the hard truth. The gap between people who build things and people who talk about building things is not talent. It is not resources. It is not timing. It is execution. And today, we are going to talk about exactly why most people never execute and what you can do starting today to become someone who actually does. Welcome to a brand new series here on Thinking and Growing. We spent the last 17 videos going deep on mindset and leadership. Now we are taking everything we built and putting it to work. This series is called Build the Life, and it is exactly what it sounds like. Practical tools, real systems, and honest conversation about what it actually takes to build the life you keep saying you want. No fluff, no theory, just what works. Let's get into it. There is a name for the space between having a great idea and actually doing something with it. It is called the execution gap, and almost everyone has one. The size of that gap is what separates people who build things from people who spend their lives thinking about building things. The execution gap is not caused by laziness. That is the easy answer, and it is almost never the right one. Most people who struggle to execute are not lazy at all. They are busy. They are thinking. They are planning. They are researching. They are waiting until they feel ready. And that waiting is exactly what keeps them stuck. Readiness is a myth. You will never feel completely ready for anything worth doing. The people who execute are not more ready than the people who do not. They are more willing to move before they feel ready. That willingness is the single biggest differentiator between people who build things and people who wish they had. Think about every meaningful thing you have ever accomplished in your life. Were you fully ready when you started? Probably not. You figured it out as you went. You learned by doing, and you grew through the process in ways you could not have predicted from the starting line. Execution works the same way every single time. Here are the real reasons most people never execute on their ideas, and I want you to be honest with yourself about which ones apply to you. The first one is fear of imperfection. People wait until the idea is fully formed, the plan is airtight, and every possible variable is accounted for. But that moment never comes. Because the more you plan without executing, the more gaps you find. And the more gaps you find, the more you convince yourself you are not ready yet. Perfectionism is procrastination wearing a productivity costume. The second one is unclear priorities. When everything feels important, nothing gets done. Most people have a long list of things they want to do, and no clear decision about which one goes first. So they rotate between all of them, make surface-level progress on each, and never go deep enough on any single thing to actually produce a result. The third one is the absence of a system. Good intentions without a system produce inconsistent results at best and nothing at worst. A system is simply a reliable way of doing something that removes the need to decide how every single time. Without one, every day starts with the same question of where do I even begin? And that question alone drains enough energy to kill momentum before it starts. The fourth one is environment. If your environment is not set up for execution, your willpower will not save you. The phone on the desk, the open browser tabs, the people who interrupt without boundaries, all of it works against you. Execution requires an environment that is designed to support it. Here's the practical side. 4 things you can do right now to close the execution gap. First, pick one thing and only one thing. Not 3 things, not a list, one. The single most important thing you could move forward on right now that would create the most meaningful progress in your life or your work. Write it down. That is your only priority until it is done, or until it reaches a natural stopping point. Everything else waits. Second, define the very next physical action. Not the goal, the next action. Not start the business, but open a document and write the first 3 sentences of the business plan. Not get healthy, but put on your shoes and walk around the block. The brain executes on specific actions, not vague intentions. Get specific and watch what happens. Third, set a time constraint. Work expands to fill the time available for it. If you give yourself all day to do something you could do in 2 hours, it will take all day. Set a timer. Give yourself less time than you think you need. The constraint creates urgency, and urgency creates movement. Fourth, do something imperfect on purpose. Send the rough draft. Post the unpolished video. Launch the version that is not quite ready. Not because quality does not matter, but because done and improving is infinitely more valuable than perfect and non-existent. The feedback you get from imperfect action will teach you more than another month of planning ever could. If this series is speaking to where you are right now, hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed. We are just getting started, and every video in this series builds on the last one. Here is the shift that makes everything else sustainable. Stop thinking of execution as something you do and start thinking of it as something you are. When execution is a behavior, it is optional. You do it when you feel motivated, when the conditions are right, when the stars align. But when execution is part of your identity, it is non-negotiable. You are someone who follows through, someone who does what they said, someone who ships, publishes, builds, and moves regardless of how they feel on a given day. That identity is built the same way every other identity is built, through repeated action over time. Every time you do what you said you were going to do, you cast a vote for that identity. Every time you follow through when you did not feel like it, you cast another vote. Stack enough votes, and execution stops being something you have to force. It becomes who you are. The idea is not the hard part. You already have ideas. Execution is the hard part. And the reason most people never execute is not because they lack talent or resources or timing. It is because they are waiting to feel ready. They have unclear priorities. They have no system, and their environment is working against them. Pick one thing. Define the next physical action. Set a time constraint. Do something imperfect on purpose, and then do it again tomorrow. That is execution. It is not glamorous, but it is the only thing that actually builds anything worth having. If you want tools and resources to help you build the systems behind consistent execution, go to thinkinggrowing.com. We have built products specifically designed to help you move from idea to action and stay there. The link is in the description. Everything we cover in this series comes from my book, Thinking and Growing. The link is in the description. Go grab your copy. Subscribe. Share this with someone who has been sitting on an idea too long. And I will see you in the next one. Think deeper, lead better, grow on purpose.